Okay. Thank you. Welcome. This is the February 13th meeting of the Middle Smithfield Township Board of Supervisors. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with no amendments. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of January 23rd with one correction on page 1 for 2024 at the bottom under announcement.
Oh,
What is it?
2024.
you're by 18,000.
At the bottom of page 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it, okay.
Oh, 20,000 to.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
it's a tight one, huh?
Further down the road.
Second.
Comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Pat, could we please have a report of executive session?
Sure, immediately before this evening's meeting, the board met in executive session to discuss ongoing litigation matters. No decisions were made, no votes were taken.
Thank you. Is there any public comment on non-agenda items? Yes, ma'am.
Because I didn't see it on here, I wondered about the revision, possible revision for the resolution for reimbursement of the bills for EMS. Remember the tax, it changed, the law changed, so that Smithfield has done it. Mark has a copy of Smithfield's in his packet there. And they indicated that you might follow suit with them. They went to 25% of bills and then set up to 75% for payroll.
I see.
So I'm just asking that it can be on the radar.
Okay.
That was the only change they made, was that it was 25% had to be non-payroll and then the balance, which is a little easier rather than going to spend money on things we don't need. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other comments or questions on non-agenda items? I see we have one person joining us on Zoom. No? Okay. Just a couple of quick announcements. The preview of 2025 will be on February 27th, which is our next meeting for it. Every year the staff puts together a report of what projects the township's going to be working on in the upcoming year. So they put a lot of time and effort into it, and you get to see where the township's efforts are going. And we wanted to give a quick congratulations to Betty Ann Rickey, who is the 2024 Person of the Year. And the two finalists, Luz Gonzalez and Marie Oquendo. And we have a few programs over on the side if you wanted to grab a program for that. Best wishes to Howard Kindred, resident Howard Kindred. He was a Pennsylvania State Deputy for over 25 years. And he has moved out of the area now. So we wish him well on his move. The Community and Cultural Center does have an exhibit out for Black History Month. We encourage everybody to go see it. The library has done a terrific book pairing. I see we did not put the township reports on here. So I guess I should have motioned for an amendment on here, but the township does have reports from all our committees and departments, and you can see what's going on with the Community and Cultural Center with that. Do any of these supervisors have anything else that they'd like to give a shout out to, or any announcements?
No.
No? Okay. Would you mind if I quickly amended the agenda to add a motion to accept the committee and department reports.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Michelle, correspondence, please.
Pocono, Mountains United Way, thank the township for the $2,000 donation in 2024.
Thank you. And that brings us to the treasurer's report.
Motion from our general account, $223,878.98.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye.
I will leave the motion for $286.04 to reimburse Mike Dwyer for Christmas stuff to you guys, because I can't vote on it.
On motion,
Second.
any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye.
Motion from our sewer account, $142,271.57.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye. And a motion from our liquor fuels account, $51,738.87.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Solicitors report.
Thank you. The first item on the report is the dangerous structures for 205 Walker Road and 6719 Elm Avenue. As the board is aware, there's a provision in the Code of Ordinances for certain dangerous structures. These two, the zoning department and building code department, have determined that they're dangerous structures fit for enforcement. So I believe a notice of the dangerous buildings and the order to appear for a hearing has been issued to the property owners. Those hearings for both properties are set for your second meeting of the month, which is February
27.
27th.
Thank you.
All right, so anticipate those for your next meeting. The next item, are there any questions on that?
No,
The next item under my report is the proposed amendment to chapter 176, article 5, exhibit A, volunteer service credit program. So I did communicate with Michelle as to what this was. It looks like your current ordinance lists those emergency service providers that are entitled to the credit you implemented through the state statute. But it's my understanding, after discussing it with Michelle, that the list should or could incorporate 2 additional emergency service providers.
Right.
So if the board wants to proceed, just so what are those additional 2, just so it's clear?
Marshall's Creek Ambulance and
and
Lehman
Lehman
Pike.
Pike.
And is it the board's intent, you want to move forward with preparing and advertising an ordinance for adoption, adding those 2 emergency service providers to the list?
Yes,
That would be township residents who work for you
Correct,
or
Correct,
volunteer for you.
correct.
correct. Nothing else is being changed in the ordinance, and simply just adding those 2 entities.
yeah, it
Okay.
was a good catch.
The next item under my report is the proposed nuisance noise ordinance amendment. If you recall, we've talked about this for a few meetings now, and I don't know if we designated a meeting to advertise it for. If the board is ready to proceed with advertising it for a public hearing for consideration of adoption, you can authorize me to do it and specifically the meeting that you'd like it advertised for.
Yes, so moved for March 13th.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And then the final thing under my report, actually the Blue Ridge Cable right-of-way agreement, that's not finalized yet, so it's not ready for you to act on this evening. Are there any other questions or concerns or comments from the board for me at this time?
Nope,
All right, thank you.
thank you. There's no engineer, so no engineer's report. Old business. Mark, do you wanna speak to that?
We have a request to rezone parcels classified in R3 to the C1 over on Frucci for apple farmer. And we've asked for determination from the zoning officer as to whether it can be done there and what can be done. Haven't received it yet.
Okay, thank you. So that's still on hold. And that brings us to new business, the Revitalize 209 grant reimbursement request for mobile gas property. So the board can see in their packets, the documents pertaining to the reimbursement request, and I think that this is ready for reimbursement.
I'll make the motion to reimburse $9,750.
I'll second. Any comments or questions?
And what was that for?
So Mobile Gas had redone their buildings,
The exterior.
the exteriors on the outside. So they applied for the Revitalize 209 grant, which is a grant from the township.
Right,
to participate. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So they finished and they submitted all their receipts and everything,
Okay.
their appropriate documentation. Is there any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. I believe you have,
Make a motion to waive the fee for Echo Park for the Greater Pocono chapter of Jack and Jill of America.
Second.
any comments or questions?
And so why are we gonna waive it for them?
They're
Because
501c3.
Say it again,
They're 501c3,
and what is that?
volunteer organization, nonprofit.
Yeah, and
Well, we do that for all the nonprofits.
you do it for all the nonprofits? Okay.
yeah, if they fall under our list of allowable charities, that second-class townships are allowed to donate to, then, as Mike said,
Because
we,
they're kind of the exclusive organization.
they fall under allowable charity for human services,
Mhm.
under human services and recreation, so that's why we allowed it.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Okay, and Mark, you have a lot of retainers, no?
Make a motion to authorize the release of lot 4 Barron Road cuts retainer. I believe that was 2003. No. What was the retainer?
And that was like $170.
Yeah.
15,
I got it backwards.
$1,500 back.
$1,500 balance. Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Also make the motion to authorize the release of the Otter Lake Minor subdivision retainer of $2,172.45.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
One more, I think we have it. Okay. Now we have more than that. Authorized release of 1135 Sierra Trails Drive, Pimzic minor subdivision retainer of $110.25.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye.
Make a motion to authorize the release of teed off estate sketch plan retainer, that's $114.99.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to authorize the township secretary to advertise with pen bid for youngsters for cleanup for 2025.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.